We're sitting in Sapers and Wallack, and that means we are being hosted by Sapers and Wallack. My name is Jeffrey Davis, and this is Radio Entrepreneurs, and that means I'm sitting with Evan Macedo. Hi, Evan.
Hi, Jeffrey. Thank you for letting me be here.
I don't think I'm letting you do anything. I think you're letting me be here. You're so kind.
Well, it's my pleasure.
Well, and you're a member of FEI, and all our guests are from FEI membership, so this is great. Why don't we get going with our next guest, Beth Kurth, partner at Conway Communications. Welcome.
Thank you. I am delighted to be here with both of you.
Oh, thank you. Beth, tell us about Conway Communications, because you're really a specialty organization, aren't you?
Exactly. Conway Communications is a communications agency, and our specialty is investor relations and strategic financial communications. So when you think about that, that means that our clients are companies that are either public or on a path to an IPO, and we help ensure credibility and visibility in their communications, external audiences, with the investment community in particular. And we want to ensure credibility and visibility with an ultimate goal of appropriate valuation. So Conway Communications, we are an investor relations, strategic financial communications agency.
Well, that just rolled off your tongue so easy. I don't, that's unbelievable. But I bet the PE community loves you.
And the PE community loves us, and the VC community loves us. So it is a great and fun and exciting business to be in.
Now, I come from a brand marketing background earlier in my career, a national brand marketing background. But you really are specialized. Can you talk a little bit about how different your field is?
Sure. So our field has to take into account the needs of the investment community, a very specific audience, and think about the demands on their time and the fire hose of information they're receiving. So how do we ensure they get the right information at the right time? And we're also highly regulated. The investment community is highly regulated, and you have to make sure that you are giving full and fair disclosure of material events to all of your audiences at one time. So that's an important consideration, that you're following the rules and the regulations.
So why FEI?
Why FEI? FEI, Financial Execs International, Boston chapter, is a wonderful resource for the kinds of things that we like to do in business. And I don't just mean us as an IR agency, but us as successful business people. And I will say that those three things are learning. We learn from FEI, we learn from the specific professional development, from the career management, from the executive events. We learn what's going on in the broader economy and internally within companies. So number one, we like to learn. Number two, we like to give back. It is good to give back when you are at a certain point in your career, and you can help people learn more about IR, for example, more about investor relations. That's fun for us. And three, in addition, we like to network and connect with new people. And FEI, hands down, is a fabulous organization to connect with people who are doing good things, who can introduce you to other people. So FEI allows us to do those three things.
That's fantastic. And back to, you're talking about learning. What setting does FEI provide to its members to give them the learning and the education to make them bigger, faster, stronger at their companies?
Yeah, that is an excellent question. And the answer is we have a very specific set of events, our professional development events. And those are 2-hour morning programs that cover everything you need to know if you're in the finance kind of business. So statistics and technology and managing risk. And if you are a CPA, certified professional accountant, you have a mandatory requirement, right? You have to get 80 hours CPE credits every 2 years. And those professional development classes enable you to meet that CPE credit requirement. So that's one way to learn, very specific, right? Professional development, that's the name of the course. Obviously, you learn in other ways, your informal conversations, attending our executive events where CEOs or CFOs rather talk about, sometimes CEOs, talk about the way they manage and the way that they are successful. So very important professional development. And can I talk about career management?
Absolutely.
And we also have
I wouldn't have said no to anything. You could have said, can we talk about brownie sales? And I would have said yes.
Maybe we'll talk. We offer a series on career management, and career management for people who are in transition. gives you information on everything from, do you write a thank you note? Do you write a handwritten note? Or do you send an email? When do you send it? Do you send it within 24 hours? Is that too needy somehow? Or do you wait? How about follow-up calls? If you make a follow-up call and they don't answer, do you make a second call, a third call? So the tactics, if you will, of looking for a new role. And also the strategies. How do you network? How do you work a room? Those kinds of things. So for people in transition, the career management allows you the strategies, tactics to find your next role.
And in the CFO community, those are great skills to teach. I mean, even for me as a management consultant, those are things I've had to address with founders of entrepreneurial organizations. So I think that's just great because people forget those little things. Those little things make a difference, big difference.
I have to add that that is so true, and it is also true that the velocity of job changes is happening so much faster. So in the past, maybe you had a role for 7 or 10 or 14 years or longer. Now, maybe it's 2 or 3 years, and it has nothing to do with you or your skill sets. It has to do with the economy and the way that business is moving. And one last thing on the career management, for people who are not in transition, that's how you give back. Come to those meetings, tell people how you managed your last transition, because undoubtedly you had one.
Well,
Wow.
that's very valuable. I know that a lot of people are very worried when they are in transition, and to have an organization, a place to go to, a group of people that is willing to give back and help, is just a very invaluable thing that a lot of people definitely would want access to.
And it's not just when you're in transition. Let's be real, right? Work is hard, and
But we're all in transition all the time.
we could
Nobody,
well be.
if you're standing still, you're in trouble.
And work is hard, right? That's why they call it work. and
Work.
That's why they
Right.
pay you to do it.
I've never seen an easy company.
Exactly. And so if you can come to an organization where people are friendly and they're happy to see you and they're not, leaning on you to get that email out yesterday or get those numbers to me in 15 minutes, coming to an organization where people are happy to see you, you can trade hints and tips and how you do your job well is a really nice escape valve, if you will.
Well, that is great. And for any new members, I'm a new member as of this year, which I'm very happy to be a part of it.
And we're happy to have you as a part.
Well, thank you. What advice would you give to new members, or maybe somebody who's looking to join the organization so they really can take full advantage of it?
What advice, if you are a new member, try everything. Come to an executive event. Those are our dinner events with CFOs speaking. Come to a professional development. Even if you don't need CPE credits, come and check it out. See what you can learn, and come to career management. Check out all of our in-person events. We also have a really cool online forum for questions you may have about our cell phone reimbursement policy. We used to give people phones, and now we give them 60, those kinds of sort of very specific questions. What's the material reserve write-down that you use for your company? So come to the in-person events and check us out online.
Well, we've been speaking with Beth Kurth, a very repressed person, has no opinions, did a great job, and also with Evan Macedo from Sapers and Wallack, our host. I hope you don't mind me teasing you a little bit, Beth. Beth, you are a great communicator, and I think probably a great model for communications to people. That's why I was making fun of you. If someone was looking for you at Conway Communications, how would they find you?
They can visit our website at conwaycommsir.com. conwaycommsir.com.
Made it easy. Smart. Lead by example. That's the way you got to do it. And Evan, listen, if somebody's looking for you, and why wouldn't they? I know every organization you're a member of, you're like the rookie of the year. You are with us, too, in a couple of organizations. How would people find you at Sapers and Wallack?
Well, I would say, I'm a big fan of LinkedIn. I try to put a lot of material up there, and I'm very active there. So if you just search for Evan Macedo, you'll find me. I belong at Sapers and Wallack, so if you go to the Sapers and Wallack website, you can find me there as well.
And I'm going to tell you, Beth, I did a trip earlier this year. I told you with Evan and 15 other entrepreneurs, and Evan ended up being our videographer posting online, and he has a hidden PR talent. I'm telling you, he's a waste as a CFO. Okay, he's got some real marketing skills. People don't realize it.
I will bet that in his CFO role, he is using those marketing skills as well.
Absolutely.
So congratulations, and I'm thrilled.
He's a talent. And my name is Jeffrey Davis, and we are going to take a break. We'll be back with more talent on Radio Entrepreneurs.